How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you to a beautiful late summer evening here at Heinz Field, where your Pitt Panthers will take on the 24th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers. The Volunteers coming to Heinz Field after hosting the Panthers on Rocky Top last season, where Tennessee came away with a 41-31 victory to open the 2021 football season. Of course, the storyline from that one wasn't so much about the Volunteers beating the Panthers, but how much the Panthers beat themselves. 5 turnovers on the day between former quarterback A.C. Reese and C.J. Kirk. The Panthers looking to turn that around as they take on the Volunteers today in front of their home crowd, looking to improve on last week's victory over the rival West Virginia Mountaineers. So we'll take you out to the field and get this game underway. So it's DeAnthony Hamilton back deep for the Panthers to take this opening kickoff. He's about 7 yards deep in his end zone. He's just going to take a knee, and the Panthers will start out from their own 25, led onto the field by super sophomore tandem Davion Reynolds and C.J. Kirk in their backfield. Reynolds just touched the triple-digit 100-yard plateau rushing in the game against West Virginia. Had a touchdown as well as the Panthers emerged victorious 34-16. He goes for 3 yards there, and it'll be a matchup of two teams with pretty stout defenses. Very, very impressive. A lot of turnover on the offensive side of the ball for these teams, especially for the Panthers, who return only 3 starters from their offense of last season. Looked very impressive, putting up just a shade under 500 yards in the opener, but still fairly untested. They do throw the ball out to another one of those talented underclassmen they have. That's redshirt freshman Nash Jackson hauling that one in for a 12-yard pickup and a first down. And on the ensuing play, it's going to be C.J. Kirk on a quarterback keeper. There goes for 2 yards. Sets up 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Play action pass for Kirk. He's going to roll out to the right, have some space, had him in over the middle. Both K.J. Welsh and Keith Onyango coming open, but Kirk unable to locate either of them. Sets up 3rd and long. And again, it's going to be Kirk misfiring. Ceno Rogers cutting back towards the football, well overthrown by Kirk, who was under duress there. And so the Panthers will have to punt the ball away to the Volunteers, who are going to go with Cole Bennett on the end around there. Nice little jet sweep, picks up a modest gain of 6. And they do have some playmakers on this team. Of course, John Gooden at quarterback, not the most fleet of foot. They will rely on Nicholas Mills, their halfback, and they do have a very talented receiver in Ernest Leonard, as well as some good playmakers at the secondary receiver positions as well. This time they're going to keep it with Gooden, though, and that's MACK into the backfield, bringing down the quarterback. He doesn't run that option game particularly well. Adam Tyler, their backup quarterback, is much more sound in that regard. Did well in their season opener in running that. Gooden more of a passer, and he does find Cole Bennett here. Only a 7-yard pickup, though, with 14 yards needed. More than enough for the Panthers to make a stop and take the ball back. Here on first down, it's going to be Denarius Carter on the sweep, taking the handoff from C.J. Kirk, and the redshirt junior finds nowhere to go. Bottled up in the backfield, loss of 2 for the Panthers. 2nd down, it's going to be Kirk. Tries a screen pass here to Rogers. It was set up well, but the Panthers just unable to hold their blocks on the line, as Rogers looked like he might have had some room to run into, but was cut down by the defensive end. And then on 3rd down, it's J.T. Granger III, the true freshman corner. Very, very impressive talent coming out of high school. Already earned a starting position on this Tennessee defense, and he does a great job there making a stop. And neither offense looking particularly impressive here. Another newcomer making the play. That's sophomore, middle linebacker Dio Langston Jr. knocking Mills down in the backfield for a loss of 4. But on 2nd down, there he is, Ernest Leonard, the top receiver on the Volunteers. 14 yards there, gets all the yards needed to move the chains on 2nd down. And Mills finally gets his first big run of the day, going up the middle, 11-yard pickup. And it's into Panther territory here. 2nd and 4 now from the 35. It's going to be Mills again going off tackle to the right-hand side. Plenty of room as he runs over one Panther defender. MACK eventually the man to bring him down from the backside. 12-yard gain there for the Volunteer running back. Sets up 1st and 10. It's going to be Wayne Griffith, the reserve tailback there, going up the middle for a pickup of 6. 2nd and 4 as Tennessee gets into the red zone for the first time today, and they find Ray Nelson, the tight end. He sheds one Panther tackler with a ferocious stiff arm. 14-yard pickup down to the 2. Tennessee in the shotgun, though. It's going to be Gooden, and he's nearly sacked. Lucky that wasn't called a fumble. Instead, it's ruled an incomplete pass, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now for the Volunteers. Gooden's going to go under center this time, where he's going to hand it right up the middle to Mills, who waltzes into the end zone before the Pitt defense can even trouble him with some contact, and Tennessee draws first blood late in the opening stanza of football here, going up 7-0 on your Pitt Panthers. So after another touchback, the Panthers trying to get something moving offensively after a pretty dismal opening showing there. It's going to be Davion Reynolds up the middle for a short gain. 2nd down now, it's going to be C.J. Kirk keeping the football. Tries to run away from a couple defenders, but relentless pursuit from Tennessee's secondary brings him down short of the line to gain. So 3rd and 1, it's going to be Reynolds straight up the gut, and it's a great pickup there. 7 yards, more than enough to keep the Panthers' drive alive. Kirk back to pass now as they try a little bit of an intricate wide receiver screen there to Shane Mitchell, but the redshirt sophomore finds no running room out on the outside. Loss of 2. 3rd and long now for the Panthers, still stuck in their own territory. Plenty of time for Kirk looking to throw. He's got a man, that's Cino Rogers over the middle of the field. He stopped just short of the 1st down marker, but hold the phone. We've got a face mask penalty on the Volunteers defense. Dennis Cochran, the man grabbed with his hand in the proverbial cookie jar, or the proverbial face mask in this place, and that is going to move the chains for the Panthers after they've stopped just short of the yellow line. Tough throw from Kirk there. He misses an open on Yango, sets up another 3rd and long, and he's just been off the mark on a few too many throws today, and he says, you know what, I'm not going to rely on my arm this time to do it. I'm going to do it with my legs. 24-yard gain for Kirk as he rolls out of the pocket and creates a great play for the Panthers, their most efficient play to date at this point in the game. 1st down, though, it's Rogers, loss of 3, 2nd and long now for Pitt as they're trying to find pay dirt. It's Kirk over the middle for Nash Jackson. It's a great open field tackle there by the Tennessee defense to stop the redshirt freshman just short of the goal line and allow Tennessee to set up a 3rd and short as they look to stop the Panthers here, who trail 7-0 but are close to the end zone at the end of the 1st quarter. And so it'll be 3rd and 2 for Pitt. They go Kirk in a full house set here. He's got Reynolds, Carter, and fullback Jonathan Lysander in the backfield. Fakes a handoff to 1. Has time. Finds a man. It's KJ Welch, who was calling for the football in the end zone. And then when Kirk throws it to him, you'll notice he runs back towards the football rather than just staying in the end zone receiving the pass. He runs back out of the end zone to catch it and ends up stopped short of the goal line, meaning Johnny Midday will have to come out and kick a chip shot field goal to get the Panthers on the board as they trail 7-3. 3rd and short for the Volunteers after a good Nicholas Mills run. It's going to be Mills again on the screen. He gets away from a Darion Mitchell, unable to haul him down in the backfield, and he's running away from a ton of Panthers defenders. Eventually, a squadron of blue shirts has to bring him down, but that's a 43-yard catch and run for the halfback after what looked like it could have been a loss short of the 1st down marker. Tennessee now deep into Pitt territory, but a Darion Mitchell says, Mills, you're not getting away from me a 2nd time. That's a huge hit stick laid down by the Panthers' senior captain outside linebacker. That's going to be 3rd and long now for Tennessee. There's Gooden, finds a man. That's Ernest Leonard, his favorite receiver. 11-yard pickup there, but nowhere close to the 1st down marker. And so 1 short field goal is answered with another. Tennessee regains their 7-point advantage, 10-3 here. 8 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. It's going to be DeAnthony Hamilton able to return this one, pushed out of bounds as he tried to find the edge, 31 yards to set the Panthers up at their own 32-yard line. Motion from Cino Rogers sets up a triple option here. Kirk pitches out, and he's got Rogers in plenty of space. One man to beat. That's J.R. Ingram, the number 1 defender, many say, in the country, a projected top 5 or top 10 pick in the upcoming NFL draft next season. Came back for his senior season, hoping to get an SEC championship with the Volunteers, and he makes a big tackle to save a touchdown from Rogers there. 3rd down for the Panthers. It's over the middle, and it's intercepted. Kirk trying to find Rogers yet again. He's been force-feeding the redshirt freshman the football, and this time Quavaris Scott was able to hold his position right in the middle of the field. Kirk doesn't pick him up in his field of sight. reminds some of Jameis Winston over the middle. Hopefully Kirk's eyesight is not nearly in the same situation there, but it's a tough turnover for the Panthers signal caller. Tennessee with the football, great field position, looking to extend their advantage, but there's a Darion Mitchell in the backfield yet again, bringing Mills down after a loss. 3rd and 10 now for Tennessee. It's Gooden back to pass, and he's got Ernest Leonard, who sets up shop right at the line to gain. Gooden finds him. Scott Whaley, the junior corner, is not able to come in and make the tackle. It's a big gain for Tennessee, but they're going to take some of that yardage back. Brian Youngling, the redshirt sophomore corner, freshman All-American last season, with a great tackle, gets the sack, loss of 7, and it's too much yardage for the Volunteers. A 10-yard pickup's not going to move the sticks, and they decide to just punt the ball away back to this struggling Panthers offense. 2nd and 6 now after a Davion Reynolds 4-yard pickup. 2 tight end look this time. Kirk back to pass, and this time he's on the money to Ceno Rogers. 18-yard pickup there on the comeback route. Big gain out near midfield. Kirk back to pass. They roll him out of the pocket, which I think is a great strategy. They got to use the legs and ability of C.J. Kirk in this football game to try and get this Tennessee defense that's getting a lot of pressure up the middle off guard here. And Kirk decides to repay the favor by the faith shown in his arm there after the interception. A couple of nice throws, Daenerys Carter and then Christian Klump, the redshirt freshman tight end, over the middle. Couple of first down pickups. The Panthers right back into field goal range, but looking for the end zone to try and even the scoreline here. And there's Kirk again, missing on another open throw. Had 2 players on slants over the middle of the field, and he throws it between the 2 of them. And then on 3rd down, the Panthers try play action with the sweep. Josh Ewing, the middle linebacker, not fooled by it at all, comes up and brings down C.J. Kirk, meaning Johnny Madej is going to have to come out and knock a 48-yard field goal through convincingly as the Panthers cut the lead from Tennessee down to 4 points. Elsewhere in NCAA football, true freshman quarterback Jaden Maxwell Jr., #1 recruit last season, 5 touchdowns in a huge win for Central Florida as they knock off Houston, who of course was a college football playoff semifinalist just 2 seasons ago. Struggled last year in their move to the Big 12. We'll see how things fare for them this year. They're now 1-1. Tennessee moving the ball convincingly on the ground here. It's Nicholas Mills right up the middle yet again. 9-yard pickup. Another first down for the Volunteers. Gooden back to pass. Has a nice pocket to throw out of, and he finds Eric West across the middle of the field. 21-yard catch and run as he shoves away a couple of Panthers defenders. Tennessee quickly into plus territory, but they're going backwards. That's going to be Dio Langston finding Gooden in the backfield, bringing him down for a big loss. 3rd and long now for Tennessee, and the Panthers happy to hold the Volunteers if they're able to do so, and they certainly will. Gooden's going to be brought down yet again. Senior defensive tackle Malachi Bordeaux gets the sack, the second one of that set of downs, and it's a huge stop by the Panthers, who push Tennessee back out of field goal range and force a punt entirely. They call timeout, hoping to potentially get down the field and give themselves an opportunity to score here late in the second quarter, but nothing doing. 1 sack begets another. J.R. Ingram looking like the best player in college football. He's living up to all the billing yet again. He gets a sack of C.J. Kirk, and so the Panthers are more than happy to take the clock and run things down to halftime, trailing Tennessee 10-6 here in the early evening hours at Heinz Field. And it's been a tough bit of sledding for the Panthers offensively. Under 150 yards of offense in that opening half of football. Tennessee moving the ball fairly well. A couple of big plays really making the difference. But of course, the big storyline is Tennessee got into the end zone once. The Panthers have yet to find that 10-yard stretch of pay dirt. Because of that, they're still in single digits on the scoreboard. So we'll get the second half underway. It's going to be Holland back to receive it. He's got nowhere to run there. Knifed down quickly by Brian Youngling, who hauls him down at about the 20. Long field for Tennessee to try and put points on the board. They start off with a screen. It's going to be Cole Bennett, and he runs through a couple of arm tackles from the Panthers. Very, very poor fundamentals on display there. What should have been no gain or a loss ends up being a 12-yard first down pickup for Tennessee. And now it's going to be John Gooden catching the Panthers off guard. We talked about how he's not a running quarterback, and he goes for 12 yards there to give the Volunteers another first down. Plenty of time in the pocket now for Gooden. He's going to look deep. Great coverage by the Panthers, though, as Gooden had all day to throw, created some space for himself in the pocket as well, but forced to throw it away out of bounds. 3rd and 7 now. Gooden off his back foot, and he's going to be intercepted. It's Scott Whaley jumping the route. It's a huge flip of the field for the Panthers. Gooden scrambled away from pressure and decided, you know what, I'm just going to heave it downfield. Scott Whaley jumps in front of the receiver, and it's a great defensive play for the Panthers. A turnover finally for the junior corner, and it's Pitt football at their own 38-yard line. A lot of time to go for the Panthers, only down 4 points, and Davion Reynolds needing to get his feet underneath him. Very slow opening half for him. That's a great pickup, though. 10 yards and a first down for the sophomore running back. Triple option on motion here. It's going to be C.J. Kirk pitching it to junior receiver K.J. Welsh. Short gain for the Panthers there. It's going to be 2nd down. Play action now for Kirk. They're going to roll him out into open space. Plenty of room to throw, and he's got K.J. Welsh. 15 yards on the comeback route there. Great design play for the Panthers, and they're into Tennessee territory. It's going to be Welsh going in motion now. They'll hand it the other direction, though, to Davion Reynolds. Nowhere to run for the sophomore. 1-yard pickup. He's only averaging just a shade over 4 yards a carry on the day so far. 5 wide set for the Panthers. It's Kirk on 3rd down trying to find Keith Onyango, and he just doesn't survey the field like he should. He had 2 slot receivers, Shane Mitchell and Nash Jackson, both open, and instead the Panthers need Johnny Midday to come out and kick another field goal. He knocks that one through, making this just a 1-point game, but it's going to be very tough for the Panthers to win this one with field goals and not with touchdowns. 10-9 the score, Tennessee leading your Pitt Panthers. Here we look around the NCAA. Oregon and Virginia just getting underway as well. The Cavaliers looking to rebound from a very poor 2-10 season last year. Mills for a 4-yard pickup there on Tennessee's opening play of their ensuing possession now. 2nd and 6. They'll go to Mills right back up the middle yet again. 5-yard pickup. 3rd and short now. And it's Mills' 3rd time's the charm as he completely shoves away Cedric Granger, who came up and looked to have a first down stopping tackle. Instead, it's Mills fighting his way forward for a very good pickup and a new set of downs for the Volunteers. They go backwards on the next play, though. Malachi Bordeaux and Adarion Mitchell combining to bring down Griffith in the backfield there. Sets up 3rd and 13 now. Gooden back to pass. Plenty of time to throw, but he's going to look well short of the first down marker. Ernest Leonard hauls it in, but for a short 4-yard pickup, and the ball goes right back to the Panthers. Neither of these teams wants to score. They're just trading the football back and forth, trying to get anywhere near scoring territory as the Panthers start with a 7-yard pickup for Daenerys Carter. Now they run a little bit of motion there. That's a play where they usually run a triple option or a run out of. Instead, they go with a screen to K.J. Welsh, little RPO there, and it's going to be a short gain for the Panthers. Sets up 3rd and inches where Davion Reynolds will knife through the middle of the field with a great burst of speed, gets 9 yards and a new set of downs. Kirk back to pass, 4 wide receiver set. He's got a man wide open. It's Shane Mitchell, and it's a great grab there. 25-yard pickup for the redshirt sophomore, and a big gain quickly into the edge of Johnny Midday's field goal range, but they go backwards yet again. 3-yard loss for Rogers, and these motion plays are not fooling the Volunteers defense the way that they did West Virginia last weekend. 3rd and 13 now. It's Kirk back to pass, throws it out wide, and it's a great dive and grab by Sino Rogers. But all it's really going to do is move the Panthers back into Midday's field goal range as he's going to attempt about a 46-yard field goal. That kick is up, and he pushes it to the right. The Panthers with an opportunity to take their first lead of the game, and that goes begging as Midday's field goal pushes wide to the right of the goalposts. When you're 50, 45, etc. yards out, you know, not many kickers are going to be automatic from that distance. Midday, who's been so good this year, misses that, or so good in his career, misses that one. That's going to be Cedric Granger nearly with an interception on first down. There could have been another huge takeaway for the Panthers. 2nd down, Gooden looking deep. They're going right back at Cedric Granger, and this time Cole Bennett's going to be able to haul it in. Huge gain for the Volunteers all the way down to the Pitt 10-yard line. Gigantic gain for Tennessee. Cedric Granger nearly picked off Gooden, and Gooden says, you know what, I'm going to go right back at you, and gets the big gain there for the Volunteers. 2nd and 12 coming now, though, after they find Nicholas Mills on the screen. He goes nowhere. Great tackle by Malachi Bordeaux for the Panthers. The main man making the big tackle. Mills this time goes up the middle, 6-yard pickup. It's going to be 3rd and 6 as Tennessee can technically get a first down, but they're essentially in goal-to-go territory. Nearly intercepted on the screen there. That was Marcus Lanier in coverage there on Wayne Griffith. Almost got his hands on the football. Instead stops him well short of the goal line, and so Tennessee will have to settle for 3 points, making the scoreline 13-9, a number that is very, very fond in the hearts of Panther fans that remember 2007. But dare I say, they don't want to see this scoreline go final here at Heinz Field. It's going to be C.J. Kirk scrambling on first down. Great job using his fancy footwork for a first down for the Panthers, taking us to the end of the 3rd stanza and setting up a 4th quarter with your Pitt Panthers trailing, but with the football, 13-9 on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. So to start the 4th quarter, 1st and 10 for Pitt, still in their own half of the field, needing at least a touchdown to try and take the lead in this football game. And Reynolds with a great bit of shiftiness, nice spin move around one defender, 10-yard pickup to move the sticks for Pitt and get them across midfield here. It's going to be Reynolds again going on the counter, goes across the wide side of the field, 3-yard pickup, sets up 3rd and short now for Pitt. 3 wide set, clump in kind of a fullback tight end formation there, offset from the line. Kirk instead is going to scramble out, and he finds Keith Onyango over the middle of the field. The redshirt junior able to use his speed to get open and haul that one in. Keep the drive alive for Pitt. Kirk back to pass. They're going to roll him out into space again. Creates a nice opening there, and that's Ceno Rogers across the middle of the field. That's a strike thrown from Kirk, and a first down for Pitt as they move into the Heinz red zone here, trailing Tennessee by 4 in the 4th. And C.J. Kirk trying to find the end zone. It's a huge defensive play by the Volunteers. He looked like he had Christian Klump in the front corner of the end zone. It was a great throw by the Panther quarterback, only a diving knock away by Tennessee. Kept it from being a touchdown. And again, Kirk going to the end zone. Ceno Rogers had the ball in his hands, but good late defense by the Volunteers, able to jar it free and force 3rd down. Kirk's going to scramble out, trying to find open man, then trying to go his own way to the end zone. Nowhere to go as he stood up after just a single-yard pickup, and it's going to be 4th and 9 for Pitt. 8 minutes still to play in the 4th quarter, so Pat Narduzzi elects to bring out the field goal unit. Johnny Mayday's kick is up and good for the 4th time today, bringing the Panthers back within a single point as they trail the Volunteers. It's going to be Nicholas Mills now on the handoff. He goes off counter. Matt Emery unable to bring him down. Eventually, he's pushed out a play by Youngling. That's a 31-yard pickup for the Volunteer running back that takes him into triple digits over the century mark for the day and puts Tennessee into a position where they could retake that 4-point advantage, or if they could find the end zone for the first time since the opening quarter today, they could really make things sticky for the Panthers here in the 4th frame. Cole Bennett there on the jet sweep goes for 4, moving the chains for Tennessee inside the Pitt 30. Gooden back to pass over the middle. He's got Bennett yet again. He's brought down from behind by Cedric Granger. Great tackle there, and the ball's at the 11-yard line. Gooden back to pass. Panthers bring the pressure up the middle, and the ball's knocked loose. Bordeaux jarred it away, and it's Mac McAlevey who's Johnny on the spot. It's the return of the Mac. Malachi Bordeaux comes right up the middle, and when you need a big play to happen, it's your senior playmakers, your captains, who have to be the leaders on the field. Bordeaux does just that, pops the ball away from Gooden, and Mac McAlevey able to scoop it up, and the Panthers make a huge stop to keep themselves within a single point here against the Volunteers. Good run of 5 there. Reynolds showing off his elusiveness yet again, and C.J. Kirk's going to go right back to him here, this time on a pass on the wheel route there. 9-yard pickup for Reynolds as he falls out of bounds with first down yardage. Back to pass on play action. It's Kirk, and he's got Ceno Rogers in acres of space across the middle of the field. Takes a big hit for his trouble. That's a 23-yard pickup and a big gain for the Panthers into Tennessee territory. Davion Reynolds up the middle, and it's a nice 7-yard gain there for the sophomore. Pitt inside the 30 now, which again puts you in Johnny Mayday's field goal range, but you'd love to get your first touchdown of the day to really make things difficult on the Volunteers offense. Kirk goes up the middle, 10-yard pickup there as we're nearing the 4-minute mark to play in the final frame. Kirk looking for the end zone. He's got Rogers, and it's knocked away. Great defense there by the Tennessee secondary, and Ceno Rogers holding his head, getting attended to by the Panthers physical staff, as well as Pat Narduzzi there. He'll come out for the time being. Kirk over the middle, and he's intercepted. It's J.R. Ingram, and things just get worse. He loses his main target, and then on the ensuing play, doesn't see another defender across the middle of the field, tries to thread it into the window there that he thought was wide open. And what's incredible is he had Nash Jackson over the middle of the field there, wide open for a sure touchdown. Instead, it's Tennessee football, where just a couple of first downs should put this game away for Tennessee. Pitt, again, shooting themselves, not even in the foot, in the entire leg, in the abdomen, with all their turnovers. And Tennessee gives the Panthers a lifeline on third down there. Matt Emery in tight coverage. The Tennessee Tennessee receiver certainly heard footsteps, unable to hold on to the football. And so Pitt will take over near midfield after a DeAnthony Hamilton 10-yard punt return. 1st and 10, 2.5 minutes to play. It's going to be Kirk. He's got a man open, and he's got Christian Klump. It could have been a touchdown for the Panthers there. Kirk led him just a little bit too much, but the redshirt freshman with a circus catch, holding onto the football as he somersaults down to the field. And it's a gigantic gain for the Panthers, who are quickly in Tennessee territory, where a field goal would be all they need to take the lead here. They go for 7 yards this time. Daenerys Carter on the handoff there, sets up 2nd and short for the Panthers. Reynolds checks back into the football game here, and he's going to get the handoff. Nowhere to go there. The Tennessee defense converged on him, and that's Josh Ewing swarming down to make the tackle, setting up another 3rd down for the Panther offense that has struggled in the red zone today. Kirk rolling out, has a man open. It's Nash Jackson. There must be a force field around that young receiver for the Panthers. Kirk misses him open with yardage to run yet again, and so it's going to be Johnny Midday who knocks that field goal through the uprights with under a minute to play. The Panthers go up 15-13, but you have to wonder if the points left on the board are going to come back to hurt the Panthers. But the way their defense has been playing, who knows what we may see in this final stanza. 1st and 10, it's Gooden back to pass. The Panthers look content to just rush 4 and try and force Tennessee to move down the field on them, which they're able to do there. That's Cole Bennett there for a nice pickup. 1st and 10 now at their own 40. Gooden back to pass. Panthers rush 5, and that's nearly intercepted. Cedric Granger had the ball game in his hands, and the senior lets it slip. Second life for Tennessee now on 2nd down. Gooden back to pass. Plenty of time. He rolls away from pressure. He loses the ball. A 4-man rush from the Panthers gets home, and that's Mac McAlevey again. He knocks the ball away. Tennessee fortunate to recover, but it's 3rd and 18 now for the Volunteers. Gooden back to pass. Underneath, he's got Cole Bennett. Gets 11 or 10 or so of those yards back. It's 4th and 8. All to do for Tennessee, and this well and truly is the ball game. They go 3 wide set here. Gooden back to pass. Panthers rush 4. Time in the pocket. Looks underneath, and it's a game-winning tackle. Matt Emery, the Panthers senior strong safety, is able to grab Cole Bennett before he reaches the line to gain. Pitt takes over on downs, and Davion Reynolds takes a handoff up the middle to run out the clock. C.J. Kirk will go into victory formation, and I'll tell you what, the Panthers on a sweltering night here in Pittsburgh have really sweated this one out. Mac McAlevey recovers the fumble that stops Tennessee as they were driving for points leading late in the game. He also gets a sack on the final possession. Huge game defensively from a couple of the Pitt defensive linemen. Malachi Bordeaux and Mac McAlevey certainly need shouted out in this one. Johnny Midday, 5 of 6 on field goals, is all the offense the Panthers need. And with a stunning defensive effort between two teams that we said had very impressive defensive cores, this game lived up to the hype if you're a smash mouth football type of fan. A bit sloppy, but the Panthers come away with the victory here from Heinz Field, 15-13. As always, we thank you so much for tuning in. Hail to Pitt, and we'll see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.